Birds of Prey starring Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor, and this film is a action adventure comic book movie that's really an entertaining, enjoyable joyride of a film. Anytime news about a comic book movie comes out about a movie introducing multiple characters, I tend to get a little worried that it's going to become convoluted, like how Batman vs. Superman was, or how Suicide Squad and the Justice League were. Thankfully, though, this film doesn't feel that way at all, and in fact, it introduces all these characters in a nice, organic way where all their stories intertwine to fit the story uh, in almost a seamlessly way, and it's done really, really well. With the latest DC films that have came out, and including this film, it's a good indicator to me that DC has finally figured it out. The pacing of the film is absolutely perfect. The introduction of these characters never deviate from the story it's telling, and it never feels like it's bogging down the story, slowing it down just so we could get these characters introduced. And it's really done. I can't think of another word besides perfect, but it's really done. It's done really, really well. I think it's also hinting at Black Mass's characters and Zaz's characters being homosexual, which, for the LGBTQ community, I guess that's a win for you, for that community. Now, what I like about this is actually the change to those characters. It actually made the characters feel more organic, made them feel more real, more complex, and actually I really enjoyed the screen time these characters had, because it was actually really, really entertaining, and I personally liked the change to the characters, and I personally enjoyed the characters a lot. Films like Captain Marvel can be too girl power, to where it starts to alienate the male audience. This film never does that. In fact, not only does it give girls a movie to worship over, but it also allows the male audience to be included and enjoy the film and go along with the ride with them. It's to me, this film is a perfect example on how to integrate representation and integrate political agendas into a film that is well-rounded and can be enjoyed by everybody, while also still, giving its dues where it wants to give its dues to. This film is also a shining example of how to build strong female characters while avoiding the strong female character cliches. The females in these characters are really well-rounded, really complex, really enjoyable. There isn't a character in the film that I didn't like, or that I felt was forced representation. Everything fit to the story. The story was never forgotten. It was told through and through, and that's what all I care about. It's just, is the story good? The story was fantastic, and it also accomplished a lot for other people that want those representations included into the film. Now, the film isn't 100% perfect, despite its pretty spectacular acting, its great cinematography, the directing, the writing. There are moments where, if you're overly critical, you can kind of say, hey, logically that wouldn't happen. But then you just gotta remind yourself that it's a comic book movie. You're meant to have fun with it and not think too hard about, can somebody physically do this? Can this physically actually happen that way? Like, I don't think you're supposed to really think too hard on that stuff. Just enjoy the movie. It's a comic book movie. It's what it's meant to be. This film is a strong 8 out of 10. I loved it. I definitely want to see more of these characters in future films. I highly recommend everybody to go see this film, because it's a film that, one, deserves support. It's just a fantastic film. But two, if we don't go and support it, we won't get sequels or spin-offs, or we won't really see these characters again, which I really want that to happen. So please go and support the film. It's a really good film, really enjoyable, one of the most entertaining comic book movies there is. Now, on a side note that contains very, very minor spoilers, there are Easter eggs of the Suicide Squad, and the Joker is mentioned a lot throughout the film, but he's never seen. Actually, the only time we see a Joker is in the very beginning of the film, like opening sequence, but it's an animated Joker. It's not, a live action Joker. I'm pretty sure that's because of the backlash the Leto Joker had. The most interesting thing to me is when they animated the Joker, they didn't go off the Leto design. They went off the purple, more traditional Mark Hamill Joker. Okay, so to me, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to integrate Joaquin's Joker for all the obvious reasons and completely ditch Leto's Joker, which to me I wasn't a big fan of anyway, so I'm okay with that. Another kind of giveaway to it is the picture Harley throws the knives at, when in the trailer. They don't include any of the Leto Joker's tattoos, although it does closely resemble his Joker. Now that can be nothing, but you can also kind of, I guess, pass off saying that that's Joaquin's Joker with the slick back hair, how he has it. And I think it's the scene where he's getting ready for the interview. But he has his hair slicked back at times in that film. I'm pretty sure you could probably pass that off. So just wanted to kind of talk about that and bring it up in case anyone was wondering about that. Anyways, let me know what you thought of the film in the comment section below, and give a thumbs up to the video if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated.